My name is Ray Kirk, and I'm at the Blade Show in Atlanta, Georgia. Uh, it's very packed and lots of people, so if you want a knife, you need to come and get it. They got them, lots of them.
I'm gonna get over here because the sun's over here. All right. So how long ago did you get started in knife making?
1989. Started hammering on some springs out of an old truck because I didn't know anything about flat stuff. I never met a knife maker for about 4 or 5 years, and I finally met Harry Fentress. He was an instructor at Salisal Votech that taught knife making, and he saw one of my little neck knives and told me I needed to take his class, and I did, and I found out that you could buy steel that was already flat, like '01. Then all I had to do was cut them out, and man, I was in hog heaven for a little while. But anyhow, uh, it was good times. Basically, that's it. And in about 2001, excuse me, Jerry Fisk brought a friend of his over from South America with the integral design and did a demonstration at Batson Bladesmith Symposium in Alabama. And I was struck with the simplicity of the design and usefulness. And I started working on hidden tang integrals. And that's been my specialty for about the last 20 years. Maybe a little more.
So, I mean, everybody's curious about your forge and fire experience. So, how did you get started? Did you just write them and say, I'm
Well,
here?
I think I might have got an email, but I thought it was spam. I deleted it. And then a friend of mine in Oklahoma City sent me an email and said, Ray, you might be interested in this. It's a knife making competition. And I love competitions. So I contacted them, and they talked to me and filled out papers. And I had no idea what it was about, except it was a knife making competition. Well, when I went up there, I seen Mace Vitale, which was a friend of mine. He'd been set up at the Blade Show. Murray Carter, he was been set up at the Blade Show right there by me. And Jesse Morrissey, I didn't know him. And I thought, yeah, man, I'm going to whoop y'all's tail. But they didn't. I went home second, but it was a glorious experience. They treated me great. My wife went up there with Betty Thomas as his interpreter for the deaf bladesmith. So she got to go up and see what kind of people they were too, and they were very, very great. I can't express how good we were treated. I get kidded about, can I have a cup of coffee? But I never thought nothing about it because they were always right there for whatever you wanted. Good people.
Is it pretty rough? Is it hot in there?
It wasn't too bad. You don't have to stand in front of that forge to watch it get hot. I mean, you can go do other stuff. But it was warm. But a lot of guys, they gotta sit there and watch it all the time. But it takes a while. I was trying to think of the maker's name down in Louisiana that made a lot of bolster material, exotic canned stuff. And he told me, soak it 10 minutes per pound at temperature and you don't have no problem. He said, it's got to get hot inside. And it worked. We get impatient, mostly what it is. But yeah, it was warm, but like I said, don't stand in front of the forge and watch it, Go do something else, get something else ready.
It it's a competition, but you guys kind of help each other and you kind of.
Well, we wasn't supposed to, but I did. And I think most people will. You know, I mean, when I went back the second time, I was cutting some micarta for handle material, and I said, "Josh, you want me to cut you some?" And he said, "Sure." I mean, it took what 2 minutes to saw off a block, and then he don't have to spend that time. Mace, you know, you need some rag, you need glue, whatever. You know, you just help them. I didn't really stop doing something that I needed to do to help them, but I would help them when I could, and most makers will. I mean, that's made a lot of friends on that show, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's pretty popular now. So you got some advice for people who want to get into the competition there?
Pay attention, watch the shows. You don't have to do all that stuff, but if you watch it and see how it's done, you're a lot better off because you know that whiteout in making a canister Damascus. You know, heat your little deal up, put the whiteout in there to go do something, and when you come back, it's dry. You put it in there and it's done. You know, seal it up and weld it, and it will peel off. Get in a hurry, it ain't dry, it won't do that. I didn't have to do a canister, so, and I think I've only done one or two, so I'm not an expert on the canisters.
So you're heading off to Pigeon Forge?
In September the 24th, Robbie Bowman has a grudge match for all the Forged and Fire contestants to come up and go one-on-one making a primitive blacksmith knife. I furnished the steel for it, and Robbie's got a shopping center where the owner of the shopping center is knife friendly, and he closes off the shopping center and was set up with canopies all weekend and sell knives, knife material, forging competitions. The blades that are forged in a competition are given away by drawing to those in the audience. When they come there, they get a ticket and put one in a box and keep one, and then after every competition, they shake it up, pull the ticket out, and if they're there, they got a knife. We don't charge nothing for it. Public's invited. It's free. It's a really knife-friendly event. Robbie goes all out to support the knife community.
So what type of stuff you like to make? What type of knives you like to make?
I like to make the Hidden Tang integral. I just happen to have one of my favorite little neck knives. I have Stag, and then I have Bodark for the handles on them. They work. They're handy, opening letters, opening boxes, cleaning fingernails.
All right, appreciate it. We got to get to the show, man.
You take care. Doc, it's been good talking to you.
All right. Perfect.